Welcome back to One-on-One Sports Webcast. We have gone from the pitch to the ice, where I am now joined by our NHL experts Megan Podgorski and Stu Semonite to pick apart what has been a riveting few first games of the playoffs. So let's start with the teams. What team is looking best in the opening games of the playoffs? Megan. I'm
going to go with the Rangers. They've had quite of a regular season this year. They had a record-setting season with 53 wins and 113 points scored throughout the season. That's huge. That's so impressive. And they came in hot going into the playoffs. I'm going to go with them. And they also have a great new rookie forward named Kevin Hayes, who scored 13 points over the last 3 weeks of regulation and only had fewer than 13 minutes of ice time per game. So that's huge. He's going to be coming up and doing a great job for the Rangers during the playoffs.
The Rangers were looking hot coming in here, but there was another team that was looking hotter, and that was the Anaheim Ducks. They are playing exactly the kind of hockey they want to be playing. They're getting there, getting fast, getting the finesse going, and they've just been having their way with Winnipeg. Granted, Winnipeg is a team that is set up to play the Ducks on a very high level. Yeah. They can keep up with their style of offense. They can break down their defense. But lo and behold, Anaheim has a 3-0 lead, whereas the Rangers, they lost a game.
You know, it's hard to argue with 3-0, so I'm going to go with Stu on this one. Moving on to another team analysis here. Which series has the largest potential to end in an upset, Stu?
I'm going to go with the Washington Capitals and the New York Islanders. Washington just seems like they're off their game. With the exception of Backstrom, Ovechkin's been playing a little weak. Holtby's not been himself, right. And these have been close games, which, in all honesty, Washington should be winning. But the New York Islanders have been playing their game, and they've been keeping Washington honest.
And I'm going to go with Western Conference and go Calgary Flames over the Vancouver Canucks. They've statistically been kind of around the same play for both of them. Face-offs almost been 50-50. Block shots have been very similar. Goals against have been similar. But I think the Flames are going to pull it out. They have a 2-1 series lead. I think that little push from the Flames is going to put them over the edge. Plus, Daniel Sedin has not been playing well, so it's time for the Flames to take charge.
You know, I'm going to give it 2-0 to Stu here, only because the Capitals have had inconsistency with their goalie play. Sorry, this is just my opinion. I think the Caps are not looking good right now. But, Megan, you're down 2-0. You got to come back. This is your expertise, the player analysis. So which player has shined the most and made the biggest impact so far in the playoffs?
I'm going to go with Carey Price for the Canadiens. He plays so well at home, and that's going to come in key for the Canadiens because they have the Game 7 advantage. He has had great statistics coming up through the regular season with .933 save percentage and a goals against average of 1.94. So that's great stats for a goalie. He's been the rock for that team, and it's time, and he is taking that team to be a great winning playoff berth.
Carey Price has been a great player. He's been helping Montreal go up, take a 3-0 lead on the Senators. I got to go with, even though his team is losing, Nicholas Backstrom of the Washington Capitals has been playing very well. He's been keeping his team in there. He has 4 points in this series, 2 goals and 2 assists, so he's spraying the puck around, making sure people get it, and he's helping people just put in the net.
You know, I'm going with Megan on this one. I like Carey Price. He's been doing well in the playoffs so far, so that's 2-1. Stu, you need this winner. You don't want to tie with Megan. You don't want a hockey tie, right?
I got to win this. I need both the points.
Finally, which player has let their team down the most in the playoffs, Stu?
Well, Megan already touched on it. Daniel Sedin with the Vancouver Canucks. This guy had 76 points in the regular season. He was 3rd in assists. This means he's the guy up there. He's making everything happen. He's making the plays. He's not scoring the goals, but he's giving the puck to the guy who does. Yeah. He had 56 assists in the regular season, which was 3rd in the league. Yep. He has none. He has 1 point this entire series. So that's a big letdown for Vancouver.
All right, here you go, Megan.
He is a complete and utter disappointment. I agree with you. That's why I touched on it earlier with the Flames-Canucks playoff games. But I'm going to go with Corey Crawford in Chicago. He's their goalie who has been so important throughout the last few seasons in Chicago. He's well known, but he has been pulled from playing. He's been benched after the second game where they lost 6-2. How do you have a goals against average in the below 2 for the regular season and then come in and let 6 goals happen in a game?
Things happen.
He needs to be benched. He's just horrendous. I agree with the coaching there in Chicago. He's been absolutely horrendous.
Stu, I can't argue with being pulled out of the game. Corey Crawford in Chicago, a team that is supposed to be in it every single year. Their goalie can't even stay on the ice. So it's a good old hockey tie. It's 2-2. Well, that's all the time we have for this block of NHL playoff analysis. This also marks the end of One-on-One Sports 2015 webcasts. This was an exciting few months of sports, and we made sure to provide you viewers with the most detailed data crunching, in-depth analysis, and predictions, which will surely help you gain a better understanding for this amazing world of sports. One last time, if you want to find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter, you can search One-on-One Sports in your search bar. Or, if you missed any of our blocks, you can see them again at our YouTube page at youtube.com/oneonOnesports. For the producers, talent, and crew, thank you for tuning in. And you guessed it, whose side are you on?